Oh, that's a gem. That is a gem. I've never heard that one before. What's going on, fam? Good to see you this morning. Hear you this morning. I don't know, is that what you say with the podcast when you can't see people? But then I can't really hear you either. 1,159 excuses. I've heard them all. And I'm sure every other professor or TA or high school teacher has heard them all. All 1,159 of them. Now, what I mean by that is not necessarily the total amount of excuses. 1,159 excuses. Really, it's just a play on words. We're talking about the excuses that show up at 11:59 p.m. when the last assignment is to be submitted or can be submitted. So with online platforms throughout the universities and colleges and high schools, a vast majority of work now is submitted through those online platforms. There's different ones. I think one of the most popular ones probably in high school might be Canvas, and I think in college one of the most popular ones is probably Blackboard. But they're all similar. They all do the same thing. It allows the student to submit their work digitally. It allows the professors to receive their work in stored files. And they're great. It's amazing being able to manage a class on a single platform. So I wholeheartedly agree with the LMS, the learning management systems. So what happens is, though, when an assignment is due, it's usually due at 11:59 p.m. That gives the student all day and all night to submit it before the following day. And it is absolutely amazing some of the excuses we receive at 11:57 or 11:58 or 11:59. And it's probably not a far stretch to say that we've received 1,159 excuses. However, the most ridiculous ones usually come around that submission time, 11:59 p.m. Some students just, it's amazing how you feel like those excuses actually work. Man, I think one of the most common ones around 11:57 that I would normally get would be my internet went out. I couldn't upload the file. Your internet coincidentally went out 2 minutes before the assignment was due. Oh, that's a gem. That is a gem. I've never heard that one before. Yeah. That's almost as bad as the old one, a dog ate my homework. I've received messages from students around 11:47 to 11:59 talking about the internet in my entire apartment complex went out. All right? The entire apartment complex. Like, you're taking it to another level now, and not just saying your internet, but the entire apartment complex. This is a real excuse. This is a real instance where a student said, my entire apartment complex's internet went out. So I'm to believe that you're sending this message through your phone on the LMS. So I'm receiving your message at 11:58, 11:57 at night that the internet went out, and you're sending me this message on your phone. Cool. Cell data. I get it. All right. But when you're in a class, and out of the class of maybe 30 that I had, I know of at least 6 students in that class that live in that same apartment complex because of their discussion about carpooling. They got their work submitted. But there's no internet in the apartment complex. All right, so I got you, kid. I got you. We've received a ton of excuses, at that 11th hour there. It's crazy how procrastination gets the best of us, and then some students are just headline readers, and we'll get to that in another video also. And so they're headline readers, and they don't actually understand what it takes to complete the assignment. So they push it off and they push it off because they got, quote, better things to do with their time than their class assignments. And then they decide, or they remember on Sunday night at 11:30 that they have to submit this work, and they log on to do the work and realize it's probably a 4 to 6 hour assignment, and they only have about 29 minutes left. It's very common, unfortunately, all too common. But here's the thing. These learning management systems are set up for accountability. They're set up for a number of reasons, right? The digital transfer of files, attendance, and so on. But in my opinion, they're huge for accountability. They hold the professor accountable as well as the students. It's like a contract between professor and student, the way these LMSs work with accountability, because everything is time-stamped. The documentation behind the scenes of these LMSs is phenomenal. Every time I send an announcement to the class, or I send a message to individual students, it is time-stamped. So you received a message from Professor Hendricks at, right? And then it has the time. Every time I do any form of communication, it's documented. Now, on the side of the student, their communication is documented as well. I could tell when a student looked at my message, how many students saw the announcement, and which students saw the announcement. I could also tell when a student submits their work, if they submitted it at 11:59 p.m. or if they submitted it 2 days prior at 9 a.m. All of that is documented. What is also documented, and maybe some professors don't want students to know this, but screw y'all. I'm super transparent and don't really care how you feel. But a vast majority, not all of them, I can't speak for every LMS out there because I haven't used every LMS out there, but the learning management systems that I have used timestamp when a student has opened an assignment or viewed an assignment over and over and over and over. So if a student opens the assignment on Monday and it's due on Friday, they open it Monday, then they open it again on Wednesday, and they open it again on Thursday. I see what time exactly they opened it on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Exactly what time. And then I see what time they open it on Friday night. And then I see a timestamp on their message with their excuse for not submitting it. So what does this tell me as a professor? It tells me that maybe they thought they would start it right away earlier in the week, and then they saw that maybe it was a little daunting and they procrastinated on it because they just didn't have the mental capacity to hit it hard right there, which is cool. I get it. A lot of these assignments can be super overwhelming. So, it takes a certain individual that's just going to start everything on Monday and go ahead and crush it out, right? And then they open it on Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe one was an accident, or maybe they had good intention and got distracted. And then they open it again on Friday, and that's the oh crap moment. I got to get this submitted. And then they don't get it submitted, and I get that 11:59 excuse. So as a professor, what do? Do I offer you an extension with late penalties? Do I accept it at all? Especially knowing you saw the assignment on Monday. If you knew it was going to be hard, maybe you should have asked for an extension on Monday. Like, hey, professor, my work week is crazy. Or, hey, professor, I'm having problems with this. I want to go see a tutor. Is there any way I could get a day extension on the due date? Speak truth when you're asking for extensions. Word to the wise. Everything is time-stamped. So high school students, as you're going into college and you're opening your assignments and you're submitting your assignments and you know when the due dates are, understand that you may get some professors that are way laid back, super cool, no worries, get it to me when you can type of stuff. But then you're going to get some professors that are going to straight up and say, it was available for you on Monday and you waited until the last minute. I cannot offer you an extension. You receive a 0 and it's 10% or 10% weighted on your overall grade. And then you're screwed out of 10% of your grade, and that's just one assignment over the course of the entire semester. So you need to double check everything that you have throughout the course. That's why professors provide a syllabus. That's also why all the assignments have detailed instructions as well as rubrics, so you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. There should be no surprises when it comes to what you're doing as a student. Your professor should be very transparent in regards to the assignments that you have. Also, understanding if you communicate with them early enough in the week needing an extension. But understand, 11:59 p.m. does not mean start your assignment at 11:30 p.m. When you leave high school and you enter this world of college, university, higher learning, you are entering a world of assignments that you cannot just fudge. Now, I'm sure there's going to be some classes that you could kind of whip up a paper and get it done real quick and be happy, C's get degrees, right? However, I can say probably a vast majority of the assignments that you're going to have in college are going to take way more thought than what you're dealing with in high school. Some assignments will require, not even require, won't even be a requirement for research. But the research still may take you 3 to 4 to 5 hours on a single assignment. And that's before you even get to answering questions or writing the essay portion. And then you may get further along in your master's and your doctorate degree where, it's really a game changer and you're researching for weeks upon weeks and not just hours for a 1-week assignment. But I can imagine once you get to your master's or your doctorate program, you are not waiting until the last minute to do your work. So, word of advice for all of those upcoming college students. You're going to get in there your freshman year. It's going to be exciting. You're a college student. You have this newfound freedom. There's parties on campus. You don't have parents hovering over you. College professors won't hover you either, because it's your education, not theirs. If you want to bomb it, bomb it. But understand this, you cannot wait until the last minute to get your work done. Open that assignment Monday. Read the entire thing. Don't just be a headline reader. Know exactly what the expectations are for that assignment and carve out time for it. Because if you're one of those 11:59 excuses, it's a sure bet you're not going to have the GPA you want or the GPA you need to potentially keep one of the scholarships that you received. So again, word to the wise, don't procrastinate. Get on it early, and avoid those 11:59 excuses. It's just a professor's take.